Hello everyone, my name is Caroline, and today for the first episode of album reviews, I'm going to be reviewing the Foundation album by the Zac Brown Band. So this album was released in fall of 2008 by the Zac Brown Band and is their most popular album to date. So just a disclaimer before we get into this, I don't have any kind of trained ear or anything. I'm just doing this based on how I like the song. So basically how my rating system is going to work is I'm going to give each song a rating out of 10, and then I am going to average all those together for the rating for the entire album. So let's get into it. So let's start off with side A. The first song on side A is Toes, and I'm going to have to give this song a 9 out of 10. It's super catchy. I really like the Jimmy Buffett vibe that it has. They've done this song with Jimmy Buffett before, so I really like that, and it's pretty cool in the sense that it's more upbeat than you think it's going to be, and it just has really nice lyrics and a really nice ring to it, and I really like it, so I'm going to have to give Toes a 9 out of 10. For song number 2 on side A, we have Whatever It Is. I'm going to have to give Whatever It Is a 9 out of 10 because I also really like this song. Because it's so recognizable, and I really do like that it's kind of repetitive, and it's just such a great song, and I really enjoy it. So, Whatever It Is gets a 9 out of 10. Next, for number 3, we have Where the Boat Leaves From. I gave this song a 7 out of 10 because it's okay. I like the vibe. It definitely has a beachy vibe to it, which kind of doesn't really fit with the rest of the album, but it also kind of fits with number 1, which is Toes. I'm just not really a fan of the beachy vibe on Where the Boat Leaves From, but overall, it's a decent song. I wouldn't take it away from the album, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Next, I'm going to do 4 and 5 together because 4 is the violin intro to Free, and 5 is Free. So I really like that 4, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, that's the violin intro. Just because it kind of has a nice lead-in with no lyrics into Free, which is kind of nice, but it's like a nice cool down from the lyrics, you know, and it really leads into Free kind of nicely, and I love Free. It's such a good song, and I love the intro. Then it speeds, I like when it speeds up and it says, just as free, free as I'll ever be, like a million times. It's great. I love it. So 4 and 5, Free I gave a 9 out of 10, and the violin intro I gave a 6 because it is kind of nice, but not really my vibe. And lastly, for number 6, we have on side A, Chicken Fried. I had to give it a 10 out of 10. I know it might be basic, but it's really good. Everybody knows this song. It's their number 1 song, so I think it's really good. I love Chicken Fried. It sounds basic, but it's just classic. Everybody knows it, so I had to give it a 10 out of 10. Next, we have side B, which is honestly, it's more lacking than side A in my opinion. I find myself listening to side B a whole lot less often than I do side A, but that doesn't mean it's bad. First, we have Mary, which I gave an 8 out of 10 because it's pretty catchy. It's one of my favorite songs in the album for sure. And it also kind of changes the vibe when it leads into the next side. It kind of sets the vibe for side B, so I do like that. And it's pretty repetitive, you know, Mary, Mary, over and over, but overall, it's a good song, so I decided to give it an 8 out of 10. Then for number 2 on side B, we have Different Kind of Fine, which I gave a 6 out of 10 because, it's not really my vibe. Not to say it's a bad song, but it's not really my vibe. It's kind of just your basic country song talking about a girl. I'm not a huge fan, but you know, you might be. But I'm just not a huge fan of Different Kind of Fine, so I gave it a 6 out of 10. Next we have Highway 20 Ride for number 3 of side B. This really is not my vibe. I gave it a 6 out of 10. It kind of has a different vibe, but like, I'm cool with it being in the album. I just don't know that I'm the biggest fan of it, but it's kind of a nice cool down, kind of slower, and I do like it pretty decently, so Highway 20 Ride, I gave a 6 out of 10. Next, for number 4, we have It's Not Okay, it's really good. I love how they alternate singers on it and then they harmonize. It's good. So It's Not Okay, I gave a 9 out of 10. And this is one of 2 songs that was not written by Zac Brown in this album. So this was written by the bass player. But yeah, this is a great song. So It's Not Okay gets a 9 out of 10. For number 5 of side B, we have Jolene. I don't like it that much, to be honest. It's a cover from a different person. This is a cover of it. They did a cover and threw it in this album. A lot of people like it. I don't really like it though. So I gave it a 4 out of 10. I know, lowest rating so far, but it just wasn't for me. And if I'm gonna listen to a song called Jolene, it has to be from Dolly Parton. It can't be this Jolene. It's gotta be Dolly Parton's Jolene. So this gets a 4 out of 10. And for the last song of the album, we have Sick 'Em on a Chicken. I don't like it. I gave it a 3 out of 10, and it's definitely my least favorite song in the whole album because it just really doesn't have a good ring to it. I hate the random chicken noises. It's kind of wacky, so I'll give them that. They were bold by throwing it in there, but it just really wasn't my vibe. And it was just too wacky for the rest of this stuff. So I don't really like it. It might be for you, but I didn't like it. So that is my thoughts on Sick 'Em on a Chicken. So yeah, that is the songs on the album. I definitely think this is a very, very good album. And in a minute, I'm going to talk about how it sounds just as far as vinyl goes, but as far as the songs go, I averaged all the scores for the individual songs together, and it comes to a 7. 7 out of 10, which is a really solid album. Probably one of my favorite that I own. I really, really like it, and even if you aren't into country, this is definitely a different vibe than a lot of country you hear, and I really like it. So yeah. Now, let's talk about how it sounds on vinyl. Now, what you just saw was the ratings of the songs, and I did like to incorporate, the side A and the side B since this is vinyl. So now I'm going to talk about how it sounds on vinyl. It sounds okay. It's not anything amazing. I mean, it definitely sounds better being streamed. But, overall, it's decent. I don't know why I took it out. But, I definitely think it sounds okay. I got a new version off of Amazon. This is not from 2008 or anything. But, overall, it sounds decent. On vinyl, it's just, some of them sound better than others. Chicken Fried on vinyl sounds amazing. Toes sounds amazing. But the harmonizing one, the It's Not Okay, stuff like that, it doesn't sound quite as amazing on here. But overall, it's still good on vinyl, and I definitely like to listen to it. But yeah, it's not amazing sounding, but it sounds pretty good. And overall, I think that side A and side B definitely really tie up themes together. Side A kind of has its vibe. Side B kind of has its vibe, which I appreciate because it's not just totally random, so I can just pop on whatever side I'm feeling rather than, oh, I like this song, but it's on side A, and they're 2 different vibes, and I definitely really like it. Personally, I find myself listening to side A a lot more often because it's just the better 6 songs in my opinion. Now, I know your opinion may differ. If it does, drop it in the comments what your opinion is, because I'd love to hear it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next review. Bye!